Okay, so let me just do this so that you can see. I've gone on to stitch the short. As you can see, I've stitched it on. Pockets looking very nice. Okay, so the next thing now is to attach the band. Okay, so what I've done was I just took that strip that I showed you for the waist, I joined it. Okay, so I joined it here by 1/2 inch, and then I just put the short inside that strip like this. Okay, so that it's easy for me to stitch on the waist, so right sides are facing. So the next thing is just to pin it down. Okay, and then I'm going to go and stitch on that 1/2 inch line that I had ironed. Okay, I think I already pinned them back. I'm also going to, so make sure you open the seams, otherwise you're going to have a very huge bulky thing there, and this fabric is hard. It's a very tough or rough fabric. It's almost like a jean. So even when I'm stitching, actually I had to switch my needles to use a jean needle so that it can easily go through. Otherwise it's a very, very heavy fabric. So in case you are using a fabric that is heavy, also you need to use the right needle, because otherwise it's going to be a challenge. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the machine and I'm going to stitch around 1/2 inch all the way to the front, and once that is done, I'm just going to lift or flip this other side and fold it in the center like this. Okay, I'm going to fold it, and I hope you can see this. Okay, I'm going to stitch now, making sure that I take in the rough edges inside, place it this way. Okay, and then flip it to top stitch from here. Okay, if you don't want to do a top stitch, you can do what they call stitching the ditch. That is, you will stitch just where the folding will be here. Okay, so that you are also able to catch the fabric underneath. So while you do that, you're going to leave, I'm going to leave, let's say 2 inches or 1 inch is fine. It's just to insert the elastic, or if you're using a string, you're going to leave that opening for you to insert the elastic. Okay, once you've done that, this line is almost erasing itself because I've been handling the fabric. So let me just try to put, trying to get the needle. So I had drawn a line here. Okay, I'm just going to go round with it. Okay, after I've attached the band, I'm going to stitch on this line. It goes around the waist. Okay, I'm going to stitch it so that we close off the part that is going to cause the ruffles on top, and then it will still be able to contain the elastic on this side. So this is becomes the elastic casing. Okay, so I hope you understand. I'm just going to say that again so that you don't get confused. Now, as the band is pinned to this short in this manner, okay, I'm just going to go and attach the band with 1/2 inch, and then after that I'm going to flip this. Okay, this will be stitched like that. Okay, so then I'm going to fold the band in half, making sure that I put the rough edges inside so that they are not visible even from the outside. And then when I do that, then I'm going to come to the right side and then top stitch, or if you want you can do what they call stitch in the ditch, okay, just in between the stitch or where the band was connected to the main fabric, okay. And then after that we're going to do another top stitch. So this casing, it will depend on the size of the elastic that you are using, okay. I think I've got my elastic here. I'm using a 1/2 inch. It's about 1/2 inch wide, okay. It's about 1/2 inch wide, but I left a little bit. So I was saying the elastic casing, the size or the width of your elastic casing, or your casing for the rope, if you're using a rope, will depend on the width of that elastic or that rope. Mine is about 1/2 inch wide, okay, but you can see I left this small space here, okay. It's about 0.25 that I left there. So in total I cut out 0.75 for the elastic casing, so that the 5 inch is for the elastic, but the other 0.25 is just for the elastic to have room in there and to be able to easily feed into the channel, okay. So then I'm going to just feed in the elastic, and that is what is going to create the ruching, okay. So you can decide whether you want to use elastic or you want to use a rope, okay. So I'm just going to do that. I also wanted to show you one thing. For the hem of the trouser, I've decided to use a 10-up, okay. So a 10-up is just a piece of, the piece of fabric that you add to the short, and then when you finish sewing, it will be, the edge will be like this, okay. You're going to turn it up like this. So I've also placed this piece or this strap in the exact way that I put this. I put it inside the leg, okay, inside the leg, right sides facing, okay. And then I'm just going to go and stitch 1/2 inch and then overlock, and then after that it's just to flip it to the right side, okay. So how did I get this strap? I just got a straight piece of fabric, which is the length of the circumference of the leg opening, okay. So this is the hem. So I just measured around to know how much, or the length of the piece of material that I needed to cut. And then when I got that, I just added 1/2 inch for sewing allowance, and then I just went on to join it. After joining it, I opened it this way and turn it. You have to iron the seam open so that it's easy for you. So you turn, or you fold it in half this way and press with your iron. When it's pressed, you're going to come inside your shorts and you're going to place it inside this way, okay. Make sure the seams are open, just makes it easier, so that you kind of try to reduce the bulk. Remember I told you this is a very heavy fabric, okay. So actually it should be, so the right side of your, it's right sides on either way. So the right side will be it will be on the inside of the short rather, okay. So you're just going to place it this way and you're going to stitch around, and then you overlock or do your finishing, and after that is done, you just flip it to the outside and our short should be ready. Okay guys, just look at how beautiful our short looks. I've gone on to attach the band, as you can see, and I don't know if you can see this line that I had drawn. So I've gone on to stitch around it, just all around the waistline, okay. I just made that stitch. This is going to be our elastic casing. I've also gone on to attach the loops. This is where our belt is going to hang from. Okay, I attached the loops by hand. I just used the needle and thread. Okay, you can attach it using a machine, but you have to be careful that when you stitch, or you can stitch above this line so that your string or your elastic will be able to pass through without issues. So that's why I put it just by the line there, and then just below, just above the opening of the pocket. Okay, so this is how it looks like. I'm jealous. I'm actually jealous. It came out so well, and I like the fabric. It's beautiful. I like the color. I hope that I can find this fabric because I bought it in December, around December last year. I don't know if they still have it. I really like this. So this is for my girl. I would like to make a boy's version for the boys, and maybe I could make like a paperbag skirt, pencil skirt for myself. So it would really look nice, I think. So this is how the 10-up also came out. So remember, we just attached it this way, and then I went on to I just used the zigzag stitch, and after that I just turned it up this way, coming to the outside. That's why it's called a turner. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is just to insert the elastic into our casing. So I'm just looking for the opening that I left. Okay, there. So we're going to be putting our elastic, and I'll be using a pin. So the waist measurement that we're working with was 30, but because of course there's stretch in the elastic, you have to take a few inches. So I've taken out about 4 inches or so from the original measurement. So this is about 26. The elastic is about 26 inches. So right now I'm just going to pass the elastic through the elastic casing this way, and then I'm just going to go and close that space, this opening that I'd left for feeding the elastic in, and then our shorts will be done. Wow, I like how they've turned out. I really am not a shorts person. I prefer jumpsuits and kind of loose fitting trousers, right? Palazzos and things like that. So, but I really like this, the way this one came out. So I'm just going to go out and I'm going to just make one for myself. Okay, so yeah. I'm just going to temporarily pin this here, the other end of the elastic. I'm just going to pin it here so that it doesn't, all of it go into the elastic channel, because if that happens, it means you have to start from square one, which is another job. So yeah, I just like pinning it that way, and I continue just feeding the elastic through the elastic casing. You can see our waistline and the waistband. It's you know, the gathers are beginning to form as you go on feeding the elastic into the channel, giving it that paperback kind of effect, you see. And because this fabric is sturdy, or it's got texture to it, the ruffles are forming nicely. But if you are using a lightweight fabric, maybe if you're using Ankara, I would recommend that you add some interfacing to the band that will be forming this gathers, so that they would be able to stand up very well and give the look that, you know, extra, the extra effect. You see, it looks so nice. And that's why also I decided for the height of this band to be 2.5, because I want this paperback effect to really be visible, very visible, you know. And it's just as well that I use this fabric, because I did not need to add any interfacing to it, but it's still able to give me that beautiful look. Unfortunately, the pin I'm using seems to unpinning inside there, so just giving me some extra work to do. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish feeding this into the channel, and then I'll show you finally how our shorts look like. Okay, I'm just going to pull the elastic through. Oh wow, okay, so here we are. Look at that, just look at how neat and how beautiful this looks. How can you not want one for yourself, or for your little girl, your niece, your cousin, your sister? You know, this is really nice. I like the height of the band. This is how it looks on the inside. You can see it looks so nice. So here I'm just going to go and stitch. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch to just put a stitch there to close it out, put it in, and then I'll just stitch there to close the opening. Okay, so this is our front. You can see the pockets are there, and then of course our back, our turn up looks nice at the hem. Yeah, I really like how it came out. And this is our belt. Remember I said we would be attaching a belt to it, and then so you can just put it through the loop. Okay. Oh wow, I really like this. I need to go and find this fabric. I need to go and find it. Really, this is just beautiful. This is beautiful. You can go ahead and make one. Look at that, it looks so nice. So I didn't want the belt to interfere with the look of the gathering here. That's why I decided to put the loops a little bit down from the waist, so that even when she ties, you still have this look. Okay, so it would be, even when she ties, so it should be something like this, and you can still see the gathering on top, and you can just tie it to the front. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been our tutorial on how to make a paper bag waistline short. You can go and try one, make one for yourself, and tag us on Facebook. It's Miranda's Designs and Creations. I'm going to leave you a clip and some photos of my little girl wearing this. She's going to model it for you so that you can see how it fits on her body. So until our next tutorial, remain safe, and thank you very much for subscribing, for liking, and for sharing our videos. See you in our next one. Bye.